You have joined the vision with Genro for the dreamers, the doers, and the game changers. We are building towards the future that we deserve. So, welcome to the vision. Thank you for tuning in with your girl, Genro, at the vision with Genro. Y'all, today we have such an exciting guest, Mr. Jalen Norwood. He is a businessman with a high drive. And the reason why I have Mr. Jalen Norwood on today's episode is because Jalen is someone I want my son to become one day. Okay? And you're going to hear about everything of why. So, welcome to the show, Mr. Jalen.
Thank you
So excited
so
to have you here.
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's just go ahead and get into business.
All
All right. So, yeah, Jalen started off in real estate and he started at the age of 18. So, Mr. Jalen, let's hear more about your backstory. Tell us more.
So, I went to LSU to pursue a degree in marketing. While I was at LSU, I wanted to be able to graduate early because I kind of didn't even want to go to school. I knew I wanted to sell real estate, but real estate was a way I could also make some money while I'm in college without punching the clock. Because I feel like while I was punching the clock, that would take a lot of time away from my studies, meaning I couldn't graduate as fast as I wanted to. So I was able to graduate a year early. Once I graduated, kept pursuing real estate as an agent, and did pretty well doing that. Had an initiative called the Key Project, helped a lot of single moms purchase homes. And then from there, I kind of realized, I like real estate agent, I like helping people, but I think I felt more fulfilled having something that had more scale or something that I felt like I could use more of my talents as a creative. So that got me into real estate development. So with real estate development, I found a developer in Baton Rouge named Anthony Kimball, and he is just killing it, blowing it out the water. So seeing all the work that he was doing, I knew I wanted to be a part of that. And I also started my own tiny house project in Baker that I ended up not completing, but that brought me on the path of wanting to be a real estate developer. So we got there, and then started working on some projects with Anthony. One of them is called the Inspiration Center, which is like $10 million building. It's crazy. Got a bunch of amenities, the Boys and Girls Club, but they didn't have any marketing or no marketing budget. So I knew how to work a camera from real estate, kind of doing the influencer thing. So I told the people over that project, like, hey, let me use my expertise that I know how to work a camera, video, things like that to showcase the world what's going on here. And then that's how my marketing company, Firm 235, got started.
Okay, awesome. So, Farm 235 is your marketing company that you have now.
Yep.
And that was the initial reason why you went to school, right?
Yeah, so I went to school for marketing, but I never saw myself having a marketing company. I just knew that whatever field I was in, that if you could take a product and market it, you can make a lot of money.
Mhm.
So it wasn't to do marketing per se, but I knew if I knew how to market myself while selling houses, that would be another thing.
So, would you say marketing is a huge part of a real estate agent journey or real estate brand?
Yeah, I definitely say so because when it comes to marketing, you're not actually selling a house. The house is going to sell itself because either it's in the location that you want, it's the size you want, you like the way it looks, however. But people choose the agent they want to buy the house because they're most likely going to end up with the house anyway if they have a good agent that can lead them to it. So no matter what industry you're in, it's usually marketing that's carrying it.
Okay, that's good. So, let's back up a little bit.
Okay.
You said that you did a project for single moms and it was a success, right?
Right.
Y'all, one thing I like to know, I want y'all to know about Jalen. Jalen was raised by a single mom.
Oh.
And shout out to all the single moms out there because we may think that, we want our kids to succeed and do great things in life. And Jalen is a real good example of what a single mom can do in regards to raising a Black child out here in Louisiana, right? So tell us some things about growing up with your single mom. Like, how was it?
It has its fair share of challenges. But I mean, my mom always sacrificed and provided and made a way. And now that I'm old and I'm an adult and I understand more, I don't have any kids yet, so I think I won't fully understand until I do have kids. But just the amount of work that she put in to build up from getting a master's, working her way up in the school system, teacher to becoming like a lead special education teacher. So it was also two. She was raising two kids on a teacher's salary. So she always made sure that we didn't need for anything, and I definitely appreciate that. But just seeing her hustle and go get it every day, I think that instilled a lot into me and how I hustle today.
Okay, so also you're a real estate agent,
Hmm.
and with your experience with real estate and working with single moms, what is some advice that you can give to single moms who are looking to purchase a home?
That's a great question. So the first thing is just know what you want. So, like, do you want to own a house because you want to stay in it forever? Do you want to own a house now so you can sell it later, take some of that money, maybe get a rent house? So, kind of have a goal in mind of what it would take, and then you got to kind of do an audit on yourself. So, we already know what it takes to get to a house. You have to have a 580 credit score. You have to be able to show your W-2s, have your taxes filed, things like that. So you can literally Google and see all the things that you need to get there. So then you weigh your situation and say, okay, this is my credit score, this is how much income I'm making. Also, you have to have a certain debt to income ratio. So just weigh yourself against what the end goal already is and figure out what steps it'll take to get you where you need to go to buy a house. And the other thing I would say is just keep going. A lot of times, like the support is everything. So that's what I like to offer a lot of people. Because I mean, for somebody to get their credit together, to start saving money, to learn the process, like just me supporting them in that, because I feel like they could have did it on their own, but having that support too. So have some people that you trust, or reach out to a real estate agent or somebody that could really help you get there. But you got to put the work in to get there.
Right. So I bought my home 5 years ago.
Hmm.
I've been a homeowner, right? So I do you think it's a particular like a certain time frame where people should buy a home, or do you think it's like a financial stability type thing? They should go ahead and do it. And I ask because I'm a single mom, and being a single mom and a homeowner, it's a lot. I'm gonna be
Hmm.
honest, and I don't. I think nowadays with social media, they start to portray as if like everyone wants to buy a home,
Right.
especially single and being by themselves and raising kids. And it can be a lot, especially trying to keep your house, maintenance of everything up. So what would be your advice of someone? Because I wish I would have somebody to tell me, "You sure you want to buy a house right now?" Because I
Hmm.
probably would have honestly waited until I was married to buy a home.
Right.
I probably would have just rented. But what would be your advice in regards to someone who knows absolutely nothing about keeping up a home and keeping up the value of their home and being single while also raising kids?
So this is a loaded question. So to the individual, I would say buy a house whenever you're ready, whenever you feel ready. But a lot of the times, you're never gonna feel ready. There's
Mhm.
always gonna be a what if, like what if the mortgage gets too much, or what if the economy changes, or what if I lose my job, or what if I have more kids, or whatever. So I would say like don't let fear dictate whether you do it or don't do it. Just figure out, okay, you want a house, you'll go get the house. Everything else will work out. Because you're gonna pay that money anyway in rent. You're gonna pay that money anyway in whatever else other utilities that you have. And like a house is an investment. So your house is worth a lot more now than it was 5 years ago. So if ever you did fall on hard times, you could pull a line of credit out of your house and be able to use that. Or you could sell your house, get that cash, and then figure out what you want to do to fund your future. So I mean, I always say the best is like planting a tree. The best time to plant a tree was yesterday. Um, but the second best time is now. The worst time is to wait. So a lot of times we don't have the luxury to get in a time machine, go back to yesterday to plant that tree or buy that house. So I say just start figuring out the process and then do it on your terms. So as you're going through the house, like ask a lot of questions. So you already figured out what you needed to do to get pre-approved for a house. Once you get pre-approved, figure out, okay, if I'm gonna buy a house that's, let's say, $200,000. This is my monthly payment's gonna be. This is what my bills are estimated to be, and then weigh that against how much money you have coming in, and just develop a budget to say, okay, well, even though I'm pre-approved with 200,000, maybe I want to get a house that's only 150,000 because that suits my lifestyle a little bit better. So just be able to do it on your terms.
The funny thing is, like, I knew nothing about that when I went into the home buying process, like budgeting, money management, like none of those things at all. You spoke about development, and you said that you was looking into creating a community of tiny homes in Baker, Louisiana.
Right.
So are you looking to continue to go back into that project, or, like, what's your ideas of that? And also, what was your goal of creating that community of tiny homes?
That's a great question. So that project right now is being cared for. It's not necessarily tiny homes; it's regular size homes. But somebody else took on that project and has it going. But also, as a real estate agent, I have those houses for sale. So y'all see me post them. Have you ever seen the video where I did the MTV Cribs thing?
I did. That was
yeah,
dope.
so that's the
That was
houses
dope.
there. So like I just like to do something different. So even going back to how I marketed the properties of showing MTV Cribs, I also wanted to do a project that was different as far as doing tiny homes, because like kind of like you're saying, you know, owning a regular size house can get expensive. But if you think about what a tiny home is, if you go rent an apartment, a tiny home probably is about a similar size to an apartment. So it's just a detached apartment that you're purchasing. So being able to take that same model of instead of having to spend a bunch of money on a house that might be a little bit too much in size for you, you go back on the size. You're still able to own something just like real estate, and then be able to take advantage of not only having to save money every month, but be able to sell it and own something and to get the appreciation afterwards.
Okay, and that's in Baker.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a person of, I like to analyze things and pay attention to new buildings and the things that's going on in the economy and where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, why are they rebuilding in Baker if Baker have a not so good school system?
So it's always like you gotta watch the market and how it's moving. So a lot of people want to be in Zachary, and so Zachary, they passed a bill a while ago to where like taxes are super high in Zachary. Also, too, the demand is super high. So to get a 1,200 square foot house in Zachary might cost you 300,000, but that same exact house in Baker might be 250,000.
Right.
You get in the same house, they might be 3 miles away, but now you're able to save 50,000. And then Baker is a relatively safe community. You don't have too much crime going on in Baker. So for Baker specifically, you can get the land real cheap. The demand is still there because most people that's buying a Baker right now are first-time home buyers. So it's people that I would say aren't too hinged on a location versus like, okay, I want to stop renting. I want to be able to purchase a home. And Baker allows them the flexibility of, okay, I might not be exactly where I want to be, but I'm close to that. And now I get to own a home. So now when I sell this house, I could use that money to go move to Zachary.
Okay. You said something. This is your second time on the show. This is the 2nd time that we sat down. And the first time we sat down, you educated me on redlining, right? So I believe in the next 10 years that Zachary could potentially be another Baker.
I'd agree because you have something called white flight. So you follow I-10, and we start out by Exxon, where Exxon is now, like when they first built it, it was affluent. A lot of white people lived there. Like I think we call it Brookstown now. So then those people, once black people started getting money moving in the neighborhood, they started moving out. So then they moved to Scotlandville. Scotlandville, right down the road. Scotlandville was affluent. Black people started moving in, they moved to Baker. Black people started moving in, they moved to Zachary. Black people started moving in, they went to St. Francisville, Central, Denham. So I could definitely see that being a thing. I mean, it's already kind of in place now.
Okay, because I realized that and I just wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping.
No, you're not tripping.
Okay. So speaking of your marketing company firm, 235, What influenced you to start your marketing company while you was also a real estate agent?
So it was a crazy time because at that time, like my real estate company like spiked. So I was doing the most amount of sales I ever did, making the most amount of money I ever made, selling the most amount of houses. But as I was doing that, I seen the effort that it took to sell a house. So I had to do consultations with people. If they weren't ready, help them get approved. Then I got to show you every house that you want to see. And then from there, we got to do an inspection. I got to write up the paperwork. Then from there, we got to get the house appraised and go to final walkthroughs. Then we go to closing. So, like, if I'm looking at my time, it might have taken me 12 to 20 hours per client to sell each house. So then when I go back and break my money down, it's kind of like, okay, this is taking me a lot of time to make X amount of money, which was, it was good, it was great, but I just seen bigger, and I knew with marketing, um, if I set the deal up, then I can have somebody go shoot it, somebody go edit it, then somebody post it, and then I can still stay behind the computer, and I can do that 10 at one time and never have to. So just the scale aspect just made the most sense to me. And from me going to college, me being a creative, it's just what I really wanted to do all at the same time. So not only was it a passion thing, business wise, it just made a lot of sense to me.
So you help many other businesses in different industries market their business, right? So it's not
Exactly.
just real estate.
No, not just real estate at all. So, and it's been a lot of different things. We did a lot of events like weddings, alumni picnic, for Southern. We got a roofing company, Reliable Roofing, that we're working with. So if you need a roof, get Reliable
Shout out to
Roofing.
Reliable.
Yeah, we got Foundation, the one that's building the Inspiration Center that we talked about, restaurant group. Yeah, we did a lot. So just whatever, as long as it makes sense and we could fill a line, I can make it happen.
And so being that you are in the marketing company, that means you have to stay on top of trends of social media no matter what. So what you think is what would be the new move being that AI is starting to present itself with
Okay,
social media?
that's a great question. So like we have a rule to where we don't use AI for creativity. So let's say I'm doing a video for a company. I'm gonna think of what I want the video to be, and I'm gonna have like a skeleton outline, and I might put it into AI to script it out from there, and then I'll go tweak the script and bring it because that just helps the process operate faster. Um, but when it comes to AI, like there's an app called Sora 2. It's crazy. Like some of the videos I can't tell isn't real, but I've been able to play around with it and make like little commercials and stuff like that. And I just think that we're gonna get to a point to where, excuse me, your regular videographer in certain cases isn't going to be needed. It'll just be more efficient to make an AI video, especially when people are accepting that. Because it'd be different if people saw AI and then turned them off. But
Right.
sometimes it's so hard to see, you don't know that you're not looking at something real. So, like, I pride myself on authenticity. So I think it'll be a while before I feel comfortable in doing that. Because I don't want to catfish anybody. Like, if I'm marketing something, I'm gonna make it look the best, but I'm not gonna make it fake.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I do believe that authenticity is the new business strategy, being that AI is trying to find its way
Yeah.
in. So, how is it with, like, if I'm a consumer
Mhm.
and me being a consumer, it's hard for me to actually like trust a company that is using AI because I'm in my mind, I'm like, you're not, I don't know, to me, it's like the easy way out
Yeah.
in a way. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I get that it saves you time from not, investing in a videographer or invest in a marketing company, or, I get that it may save you some time. But at the same time, are you really building that trust with your customer, or really building that trust with your ideal audience if you're using AI? So as a consumer, should I trust a company that decides to use AI for all of their marketing?
I think it just depends on the company, and like how much of a sale it would take. So for like a roofing company, I want to see your work. So for you to like make an AI video and these shingles I'm looking at aren't real, I want to see some shingles that you actually put on the roof to see what I'm getting. But let's say it's a software and like the whole video is generated through AI. At that point, it's like, okay, maybe it's a better software because of how good this AI is being utilized. So like, I just think it's situational, but I think for anything that's happening in like brick and mortar, real world type of thing, I think AI can be used to enhance it, but I don't think it should be. I think it should be complementary, not supplementary.
That's smart. That's smart. I listened to a video with Myron Golden, and he was saying use AI to come up with the idea and just use AI to generate it as a better delivery to your
Yeah.
business or to your client, to your ideal customer, or whatever like that. And so the next thing I would like to talk about is the mixtures that you put together at Dog 30.
All right.
So tell us what really drives you to put together events like that, to have like-minded individuals in the same space, in the same room at the same time.
Before I answer that, you came to the last one. Tell me what you think.
I enjoyed it. I'm gonna be honest, I really did. I'm a real more laid back, vibey type person. And I also like to jig and be rowdy when the time is right. You know what I'm saying? But it was really laid back. It was really vibey. Like I enjoyed it. Like it didn't feel like a club atmosphere. Like it felt like a house gathering.
Yeah.
Really and truly, it really did. So it was very intimate and really settling. Like I enjoyed it.
So yeah, the thing that drove me, I remember one day I like to smoke cigars, tobacco pipes, things like that. So I was sitting by some water by my house one day, and I was just thinking like, where can I go to accomplish a place where I could be around like-minded individuals, I can have a good atmosphere, a nice vibe, and then also be able to help myself grow and accelerate, and have all that in one place. And I was like, dang, I don't think that exists here. And so I was able to call my photographer Ace, like, hey, I know you do marketing at this place. I think it'd be a really good idea if we did this, and like let's do it on a weekday or something, so that we don't take away from a weekend, and it could help the establishment get business as well. So he put it together from there, and we just been running with it. So the last one was my 11th one, and yeah, it's just I just wanted to curate a new experience within Baton Rouge, because I think you can kind of go to different places and all feel the same thing. You're just trying to figure out which place got the most amount of people or is playing the right songs at the right time. So I just wanted to offer something that was a little bit different. And then also, like, they have something similar for like older people that have a lot of money and things like that, but we trying to get there. So like, how can I position this thing to help all of us get to that level at some point? And that's kind of my motivation and where it came from.
And when you say there's other places for older people, I'm 27 and Jalen is
I'm 24.
24, y'all. So at Dog 30, when Jalen is hosting mixers at Dog 30, those events are for people in our age group to network, to connect, to build the future that we deserve, right? So, what's the next move in regards to your mixer events? Like, are you looking to keep it at Dog 30? Are you looking to grow it to something even more so we can like host more people in the same space at the same time?
So that's a great question. So I'm approaching a year doing these mixers, and like like we said, we just call them these mixers, and I feel like it really deserved the label and to be something more. So right now, I'm putting together a social club to kind of encompass the mixers while also being able to add something extra. But y'all got to stay tuned. I don't want to speak too much on that right now. But as far as the space, I mean, Dark 30 has been like very gracious and kind, and like having the group that I want, I don't think it's for everybody. So the space that Dark 30 offers, it works. I mean, we didn't have 50, 60 people in there at one time with the AC out, so it was hot, but we had a good time before. So I think that Dark 30, like where we are right now, like is a great space to continue to host and
To keep it going.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely experience, y'all. Like that was my first one, and I'm still.
How do you like the confessions?
They was wild. Those confessions, they were wild. Yeah. The next time we just gotta play at least one Jigga song for me though.
Okay.
Like I was so vibed out that night,
Yeah.
I ain't even request a Jigga song, you know.
Okay.
But
yeah, we'll let DJ Frog know. DJ Frog, it was his first time DJing, and he did an amazing job. So
he
he'll be back.
did. It was very vibey. Like, oh my goodness, it really gives like a backyard party type vibe. Like it's amazing. It didn't even feel like strangers. Like it felt like everybody knew each other without even knowing each other. Like it was amazing. So what's next for you, Mr. Jalen? What's the next big thing? What are you working on? What's your future? Like everything that you're doing right now, what's the why? And what do you see your future being like?
So I think my why and everything I'm doing right now is just I need to be great. Because one day I was just sitting with myself, and like in real estate, they tell you when you start off, like, why are you doing it? And most people say, oh, my kids, or oh, I work this job and I don't want to go work again, and things like that. That was the two most common answers. And like that was something that I really couldn't relate to because I never had a boss that I hated. I worked the job for 10 years that I was stuck at, and I don't have kids. So I had to really like sit with myself. So I didn't have anything external to point towards to say, okay, this is what's pushing me. But I knew greatness pulls me. So just it needs to be great. So if I'm doing an event, it's gonna be a great event. If we're gonna market for a client, we're gonna do it great. If I'm gonna sell a house, it's gonna be a great house. You have a great experience throughout the whole thing. So I would say what's next, and just like I say, being great with the things that's in front of me. So enhancing the mixers, making them bigger and better, enhancing the marketing, making it bigger and better. And then as far as being a real estate agent, I have a business partner that I defer to that helps me out a lot. So we'll work in tandem. So even just strengthening that partnership. So I'd say that's what's next.
That's what's next. That's amazing. I enjoy working with Jalen, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. It's always an experience being in his presence, you know. So thank you for coming on the show. Is there any advice that you would like to tell the listeners out there for someone who is inspiring to be a real estate agent, someone who, let's see, someone who went to school and don't know what they want to do, or, you know, like someone who also might have been raised by a single mom who's a man? This is the first time I've ran across a guy who's been raised by a single mom and have the drive like out of this world. So any advice to someone out there that is listening?
I want to take a second. I would say my advice to anybody, no matter what your background is, no matter what you're doing, what you're pursuing, is just to be committed. Because I think, especially like looking at social media, it looks like, dang, this person does a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. And even for what I do, it looks like that. But everything is in one circle. Everything is feeding each other and making it make sense. So like I'm committed to one thing, but it encompasses everything that I touch. So I say whatever you do, just like put your best foot forward, commit to it, and if you give your all to it, it's most likely to give its all to you.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. So thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to link all social medias down below. Make sure to go ahead and follow Jalen Norwood. And if you have any marketing that you need for your business, this is the man that you wanna hire. Okay?
I do right here.
Yes. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you for tuning into The Vision with Genro. For the dreamers, the doers, and the game changers. If this episode inspired you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with your tribe, okay? Be sure to also follow us on all social media platforms. And until I see you next time, bye.